gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Caught Up, and we got the draft edition. We're gonna do a little different. We're gonna go division by division because there's way too much shit to talk about in the draft, and ain't nothing gonna happen soon. They're gonna drop the schedule on the 19th or whatever, but it's about that time. So we're gonna get into it with the NFC East, the NFC least, and although this division is a little shaky, I think that it'll be much better moving forward as far as like the teams faring against other divisions. So we're gonna start off with them Eagles, man. How you think how you think their draft was?
All right, so first we got to acknowledge the Dougie P, the Dougie P spirit that's still there on that team. How they jumped the Giants. They jumped the Giants for Devonta Smith. First off, I want to say Devonta Smith is a dog.
That's a fact.
A dog. You know, I know a lot of people, don't know much about him. Like, yeah, obviously he won the Heisman and stuff like that. You know, he's 5'9", 166, but he's a fucking dog. So, like, that is a good pick for any team. He's going to come in and immediately be a problem. That receiving core has been a little shaky. So they started off very well.
A little shaky?
Huh? I mean, like my man Greg Ward, that's my guys there, you know what I'm saying? But that whole offensive scheme was a little shaky. But Devonta Smith is going to come in day one. He's going to be that guy off the rip. People forget he's an Alabama boy. Granted, Hurst didn't have that much chemistry with him, but hey, Hurst did throw the ball to him. So that's a good look. You know what I'm saying? How else they did?
Too. That's the big thing about that pick is like, you got to bring some dogs to your team. And like, I like the fact that they went Alabama back to back, but him in particular, man, like people see that he's small, but he fights for them balls. It's not like he's shying away from contact, none of that. So it's like, you got to understand who you get. I think that was a great pick for them. I think they needed that more attitude than anything else in the talent. And since Deshaun Jackson left, Alshon Jeffrey, they just got to remix that whole receiving core in that room. So I like that pick a lot.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. They got another Alabama boy, Landon Dickerson at guard, and we know that line was struggling.
Phenomenal.
So that is good. That's real good. Milton Cox out of Louisiana Tech on the DT. Eagles always been good for that D line. So I like what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? They got a couple other players.
Louisiana Tech produced some good players, man. People sleep on that school, but they produce ball players, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we had Boston Scott. Boston Scott was from Louisiana Tech. We drafted him, but Dougie P strikes again. I remember he signed him off our practice team, and he was on the Eagles, and he was known. You know what I'm saying? He's a little dude, but hey, he's a little dog as well.
That's a big fact. Kenneth Gainwell from Memphis was a great pick because people don't really know about him or just players from Memphis, but he's a good shifty back, change the pace. And if I'm not mistaken, they still have Jordan Howard on that team. I think they resigned him. Yeah. But they got the kid from Texas Tech, the corner, Zach McPherson. And then we got the DT from USC and the DN from Coastal Carolina. Now, that DN from Coastal Carolina, Taron Jackson, is actually much better than people think.
I was actually about to say, I was like, they got your boy out of Coastal Carolina. It's like, and that was a team that people heard about. You know what I'm saying? Because they was making noise.
That's a fact.
Winning some games that people didn't expect them to win. So, yeah, Taron Jackson out of Coastal Carolina is a nice look.
And even the kid from Tulane is good, too, man. Like, these lower round players, it's honestly just because of where they went to school. Because if they would have went to school, look at this, Coastal Carolina, Tulane, Memphis. If they would have went to school in well, Memphis is kind of a Power 5 school. They're like in the Atlantic or American Conference, some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's the ACC. That's not the ACC. They're in that shit with the A. I forgot what conference that is. But like these players, if they played in any other division or kind of like any other conference, they'll be way more known. But let's see, man. I like what Philadelphia did. They kind of addressed all of their needs. But I don't know, man. This team, from an attitude standpoint, they're tough, but I just don't believe in the coach yet. So we'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. The attitude, it's gonna be a real big shakeup. You know what I'm saying? Like the investment in Wentz was huge. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, he had his issues, and they got rid of him for the reasons that we do know. So yeah, it's gonna be a big adjustment change for this team.
That's a fact. So then now we could shift it over to them Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
I really feel like they were upset at the way that the draft went because they wanted one of the top two corners and they got picked before anybody thought they were gonna get picked. So the cool thing about it is they got Micah Parsons from Penn State, who was a dog, and and he's Jerry's kind of guy. You feel me? Like a little bit of off-field troubles. He got question for hazing. So that's Jerry's kind of guy. Then they went corner. All these picks are defensive picks for the first 5 picks. So I mean that's Dan Quinn all about it. I don't think Mike McCarthy even knows. Mike McCarthy said that he wasn't on a pre-draft call. I think with Micah Parsons, which is absurd. Like how the head coach doesn't attend those calls. I don't know what you're doing, Mike McCarthy, but Dan Quinn's in there. Dan Quinn trying to build his defense. Like, what you thought about their draft?
Honestly, they had a lot to work with. They had 11 picks, bro. 11 fucking picks. That is crazy. But yeah, they addressed the linebacker need. I mean, because we know Sean Lee, unfortunately, retired, and we know he can never really stay on the field. Like, I really don't remember one full season of him being, maybe 1 year, I'll be honest. And that's how I like the guy. He's just, he's a smart guy, but hey, he just couldn't be on the field. He did what he did. But Micah Parsons was definitely the impact player they need. Kelvin Joseph in Kentucky. We know the Cowboys corners have been suspect. They already signed 3 people in free agency. So the depth at corner for the Cowboys might be. What happened?
They need to sign Richard Sherman, bro.
Yeah, they do. But the depth for corner for the Cowboys might be the most depth in the NFL. Because like all those free agent signings, they drafted 3 corners. So yeah, I like what they did. They made all the right moves. They addressed that secondary. They got more linebackers. Who is it? Jabril Cox at LSU. Yeah. That's another player that, hey, that's the LSU, that Baton Rouge team. So it's like the Cowboys did what they need because they already know that offense is there. They picked up Josh Ball, tackle out of Marshall. It's like that's for depth because everybody knows that O-line is real. You know what I'm saying? They just had a lot of injuries last year. So I like Dallas draft personally.
Yeah, I like it too, man. It's a low-key draft. Nothing really pops, but they already have enough sizzle on offense. Like, what more do they need? Like, come on now. They just got to sure up, add depth, and I think that the scheme change is going to help them a lot because Dan Quinn's scheme is more about effort than anything else. It's not a complicated scheme. So I can't wait for them to get on the field and kind of like – and Dak being back is going to help a lot too. Like, yo, think about it. If you're starting quarterbacks out for the season – most of the time, the locker room just kind of be like, yo, you know what? It's over. We ain't getting to no Super Bowl. Like, so
yeah,
we'll see what they do.
Yeah, and I got to bring it back to that one incident, you know what I'm saying, with, what's his dude name, off Washington, John Bostic. He popped the shit out of Andy Dalton, and not a soul went at him. Say Dak would have got popped. They would have fucked him up on the field. They might have stopped him out on some Albert Hainsworth type shit. Like, Andy Dalton, they was like, are you good, Andy? Like, that was wild.
You all right, my boy? All right, cool.
Basically. And he wasn't okay. He wasn't okay at all.
All right, so one thing I do have to talk about the Cowboys is they didn't they trade back?
Yeah. With the Eagle pick, remember how they jumped the Giants?
So that to me was kind of weird. The fact that they did that deal because their division, like I don't know, bro. It was just weird to me because it's like, and the funny thing is that they had picks back to back. It was Dallas, New York, and then Philadelphia. But the way that happened is like I never would have imagined them doing business together, but they did, and it was just weird to me. So. And then that alluding to like the Giants, like, bro, the Giants was low key sick that they missed out on your man, Devonta Smith, because it's like that's who they wanted. Everybody was linking them to that. So Gettleman did his thing and he traded back. He picked up a whole first rounder from that Justin Fields trade.
Yeah,
and that's a good look because they got a first rounder next year.
Yeah, they did. I tell you, that's the spirit of Dougie P. He left it when he left the team.
That's a fact. But the Giants first round, they drafted Kadarius Toney. I'm a Gators fan, so to me, I've seen a lot of Kadarius Toney. I know exactly what he can do. It was kind of high, but based on what they were picking in the second round, and they really like him from what I know, the way I see it in drafts is like you're never really reaching. If you like the player and you think the player is going to fit into what you're going to do, like people saying, oh, they reached for Kadarius Toney at 20. Bro, aside from the kid Moore from Purdue, there was not another player like Kadarius Toney in this draft, to be completely honest with you. And Kadarius Toney played in the SEC, and he's tough. Like, people, like, he hits people. You feel me? Like, has that weight. There's this run where he's getting like he's dragging people. He puts his hand down, he picks it up, goes down to the end zone. So it's like they got himself a tough player. And again, Daniel Jones this season got no excuse. It's make or break time for that boy.
No, I completely agree. And the same thing like you said about Tony's like he's a tough player. You know what I'm saying? Like you could compare him like Kamara, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as the toughness, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, I don't know if Giant fans are expecting him to just be the guy. Like, no, there's been players that been acquired through free agency. He's just going to be an added weapon. So, like you said, Daniel Jones has absolutely no excuse. The ball has to get out of his hand. You can't tell me these receivers that they packed on are not going to be open. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I understand. Last year, you can say, you know, Saquon being out, obviously, you know, and I forgot who the backup running back was, but he didn't make it far. Oh yeah, Freeman, right?
Yeah. We
So
pack that man up though.
yeah, he was garbage. So my point is, everybody knows when the quarterback doesn't have their running back, obviously the offense changed. But now, like you said, zero excuse. Saquon is going to come back. You know what I'm saying? They even drafted another running back. Who did they draft? Brightwell from Arizona. You know, just depth. You know what I'm saying? But like now, there's no excuse. Hit who you have to hit. Get rid of the goddamn ball, Daniel Jones, please.
I really like that corner from UCF, the kid Allen Robinson, because I don't know, man. I feel like players from UCF are kind of underrated.
Oh yeah.
And the conference that they play in, there's a bunch of things going on. So it's like you gotta understand, man. Like they ball, and even the kid from Oklahoma State. Like I'm glad that they're putting that depth into the corner position because they know, like, they signed Marcus Golden too, if I'm not mistaken, and he smoked them when they played for like 3 or 4 sacks. So I'm glad that the Giants are, and Joe Judge. Like I said, always been a Joe Judge fan. So I'm happy that they're doing their thing, man. For real, for real.
Yeah, and they even put Aziz from out of Georgia on, as a linebacker, you know, to, you know, rush the passer. So it's like, you know, we spoke about this prior. Like, this is a playoff caliber defense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that depth of the corner, an extra pass rusher. I like it. I like it. They addressed the offensive needs in the free agency, and obviously with Tony as well, you know, in the draft. But like the Giants, they, like you said, they addressed what they needed to address to be a team ready to go. Like NFC, like you said, the NFC least. It might not be that this season because the teams are getting better, teams are getting healthier. So it might be a fun one. It might be a fun one with the AFCs, but we get to that, you know, when we get to that, you know, in a couple of a couple of segments. But yeah.
But honestly, I really like the fact that just the division in general, like no one is doing anything too flashy. Like they're not trying to sell tickets. Though these teams are trying to make their football teams better.
Yeah.
And after the debacle that was last year, I think that, like I said in the beginning of the segment, this particular division is going to be much better.
Yeah.
The last team that we're going to go over, Washington, although I didn't like their draft, to be honest. They had an okay draft, but I didn't really like the draft for the simple fact that they didn't really address what they needed to address offensively, in the sense that it's like, unless you're trying to get Deshaun Watson or like Aaron Rodgers, you're really gonna go in there with Fitzpatrick and son from Carolina, what's his name?
Heineke.
Yeah, Taylor Heineke, like that. Like, don't get me wrong. Listen, Jamin Davis is a great pick. I've been high on him for a while. Sam Cosmi from Texas. All right, cool. I haven't seen him play too much. I didn't really watch his film. But it's like, what are you guys really trying to do?
Yeah, I thought the same. I really thought the same. Like the first thing I would think, being the Washington football team, what do I need? You signed Fitz, obviously to mentor a young quarterback. And what did you do? You picked a linebacker. And that's a Rivera pick. We expected that. But there's a bunch of young talent at the quarterback position. So yeah, I didn't particularly like the moves that were made. Yeah, the defense got better because Riverboat Ron knows what he's doing on defense. The couple little receivers here and there, like, no, you need a quarterback. And I and the thing is, they're the reigning champs of the NFC East. And they didn't address the one need that could really put them over the hump.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro. They not winning this division. You could write it down right now. Washington is and they might be at the bottom of the division. Yeah, they'll be competitive. Yeah, they'll probably get one over on the Cowboys and the Giants and like, oh yeah, split the series. But they're not gonna win the division. You want to know why? Because they have the worst quarterback in the division. Period. Okay.
True.
And even so, yeah, everything in place is like, it's ready for them. But it's like you won't. First of all, the draft next year, at least for quarterbacks from this standpoint, is no good because they talking about Sam Howell and the kid from Spencer Rattler who sucks. Spencer Rattler is not good, but I don't understand why they didn't address the quarterback spot. Like, yo, bro, Kellen Mond was made perfect for you. Minnesota drafted him after they said they wanted Justin Fields, but we could get into that another day. But I don't know, man. Washington, I just felt like they was like, oh, yeah, let's just build up the team and do what we got to do. But it's like you could have gotten a second, third, fourth round quarterback and been all right. You feel me? Like even the kid from Stanford, Mills, he's good, bro. So it's like I don't understand what y'all trying to do, bro. For real.
Yeah, that's something that I scratching my head watching that. Like I was like, damn, this all they need is a quarterback, and they're good. And this is what you decide to do. So, like you said, unless you're trying to make that room for Deshaun Watson or Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't.
I don't know, man. Maybe he wants to watch Cam play well for 1 year and then be like, yo, holla at
me. Possibly.
I don't understand it, bro, for real.
Yeah.
Fucking Washington. And you heard that they talking about they're not even gonna change the name, they're just gonna keep it as the Washington Football Club.
Yeah, I read something earlier. I forgot what the name was that was possibly emerging as the first name that they're gonna use, but yeah. The Washington football team.
Man.
That literally sounds like one of those teams you in one of those games, one of them games like
characters.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a fact, man. I mean, that's what I'll say, man. I'll just end it off with that. Washington, y'all fucked up. Okay? There was enough talent in this draft for you to just say, you know what? Let's not draft a corner or a D tackle because we have so many of them. Let's get a quarterback. Because once Ryan Fitzpatrick starts shitting the bed, which you know he's going to do, we can have or someone that we can groom. Because y'all got rid of Dwayne Haskins' bum ass. So,
yep.
I don't know. Maybe they know something that we don't, but
maybe. Maybe. The only thing you can always say, Riverboat Ron, he always got some shit up his sleeve. So maybe it is something that we don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, hopefully, but I don't see them. I see them being at the bottom of the division. I don't care how tough and how fundamentally sound they are. Their roster don't look good, bro.
Yeah.
But I believe in Ron Rivera. Don't get me wrong, man. I believe in
Riverboat Ron. Yeah, he got something up his sleeve. So I was like, that's when it's like, yeah, he might know something we don't.
Who knows, man? But that's all I got for now. Next segment, we're gonna get into some better divisions, some more exciting picks, some more sizzle. And you know how we vibe out here.
Yes, sir. Hope y'all enjoyed it today. Because like I said, we got a lot of divisions to cover. I know a lot of people have been asking me, like, let's go with the draft segment. It's like, all right, we had to break it up. So you're gonna know about these players from us. You ain't gotta go do your reading, your research, and stuff like that. We got y'all.
We got time, y'all. Chill out. The season is far away.
Yes, sir.
We'll get to it when we get to that division, the NFC.
Oh yeah, can't wait.
All right, bro.
Boy Scout Wars. Can't wait.
Take care, my brother.
All right, bro. Signing out.